morality has nothing in common with our morality. Our morality is something entirely different. In our morality, the 17-year-old is not a criminal, he's a hero. Joan Burton is not a victim, but a criminal. And their entire system of exploitation, of repression, of injustice, that's what's immoral. Just finally, I was speaking to him. He's obviously here at the protest. He's very thankful personally for everybody who's come out to protest over the course of the last, months and years in reality, but also today. He and his family are very upset by the judgment. The media would have you believe that it's grand, sure he's not going to prison, what more can he ask for? He's been found guilty of false imprisonment for something that he didn't do, so he's obviously outraged about it. They're going to appeal to get that verdict withdrawn and removed and to overturn this miscarriage of justice. Anybody who has eyes in their heads can see what's happening now. This is about setting things up to convict and give significant prison sentences to the people up next April, next November, and in 2018. That is what this is about. And if people are convicted next year, they will not be given a conditional discharge. That's what the lawyers have told us. They'll be given prison sentences. And it's about setting it up, not just to criminalise Jobstown, but to criminalise trade union activists who stop strike breaking, to criminalise anti-war activists who have sit-down protests, to criminalise pro-choice activists who have slow marches. It's to criminalise everybody by broadening the definition of false imprisonment to such an incredible extent. And that is why this has to be just the next step. We now have to use the fact that people can't say anymore, sure, it's never going to happen. But it just has happened. Someone has been found guilty of false imprisonment for nothing more than protesting. So now we have to say, we have to build a massive national campaign. There's stalls at different sides of the protest. Jobstown not guilty. We want people to go up individually, to have a chat, to give their name, to offer to do stuff, to take leaflets back into wherever their community is. If people can organise local protests over the course of the next week, this has to be just the start. We have to then build from this. There's plans to have, significant national events, conferences, massive national protests. But in order for those things to happen, we need people now to sign up, to get involved with Jobstown Not Guilty. As for everybody who believes what's happening here is an injustice and doesn't want to see further injustices. I just finish with the quote from Martin Luther King and the chant inspired by it. He says, "There can be no justice without peace, and there can be no peace without justice." And that's true. And we're not talking about violence, in case that's what the media wants to take up. But we're talking about the idea that we're going to sit back and wait for the trial next April. We're not. We're going to go out and campaign and cause them to be aware of how much of injustice is being done, make other people aware, and make them pay the price for it. No justice!
No peace!
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 Thank you very much.